Hi internet people, so welcome to the first ever Stitchin recaps. So for the Nerdy Girl Express I used to do written recaps of Stitchers, and I decided that this season I was going to do video recaps to see how they go. So in the premiere episode of Stitchers, I caused a major technical glitch at my home at the beginning of the episode, which was not cool but weirdly timed with the episode. So while Kristen, her name is not Kristen, it's Kirsten. Ignore the fact that I can't speak English, please. Kirsten is stuck in the memory loop with her mother and she can't get out, and they have to perform a massive reboot of the system to try and pull her back out. That's the only thing I can think of right away. That's what I came in on. There was some other chatter and some recapping and I missed it because I missed the whole first minute of the show. But they perform a reboot, which is what I was waiting for my DVRs to do. Yeah, major tech glitches happened. I actually killed 10 minutes of the episode by myself. Don't ask. I have a backup TV. Anyway, so on my backup television, I was able to see the reboot, and then they're not sure what to do because Kirsten is still stuck in her own head, and they're not sure what to do. Then Linus comes up with an amazing idea, and he's like, no, we can do it. We have to, like, pull her out, like, fix it. They have this huge plan, but the problem is they need Ivy's help, because they need to know about their dad's lab. Ivy and Kirsten, siblings. They have the same dad. Stinger. Got it. So Linus is crazy, like, intense, because he needs to know what is going on, because he doesn't know if his dad is okay, because his dad went into surgery at the end of season 2. He is intense, like, hardcore intense. He gets her smartwatch, they figure everything out, they're able to link in so they can get into the systems. So what Cameron does is he links in and pretends to be Kirsten's mom so that he can get her to leave. So he's like trying to tell her she has to go, she's not listening, and then Carmilla literally walks over, whispers in his ear, and is like, you have to say that. And he's like, what? He says, like, he gets not nice. He tells her she has to leave, she needs to get out, all of this stuff. But, interesting thing that will come up later, the mom in her head says, you can't help me from here. Or something along those lines. Kirsten comes out, she's sobbing, irate, because she thinks her mom hates her because it's a memory and it's distorted. And Cameron's like, no, that wasn't that wasn't your mom, that was me. She slaps him across the face. Then everyone except Kirsten and her sister Ivy get arrested. So Kirsten wakes up 18 hours later in her own room, has no idea why Ivy is there. Then the two of them, with Tim from engineering, who, okay, I love Tim. Tim is amazing. I want to hang out with him. We need to be friends. He is wonderful. Just wonderful. Okay, so they get to the lab. He's 3D printing some stuff for the new team. He's cut his hair because he says, I'm gonna wind up getting reassigned in prison. Like, talking about all this stuff, how at least he obviously goes to Cleveland, which would be fine. Cleveland is only a few hours away from me, but I mean, we could hang! They set up this huge plot to break the team out, which involves Kirsten masquerading as a Cairo agent of the NSA. Tim has to 3D print her fingerprints. Then she goes to where the team is, and, like, she figures all this stuff out. She gets there. Then they have to call Blair to verify, and she's like, she gets in, there's some stuff is happening. They call. Ivy pretends to be Blair's secretary, and then Tim, who's eating pretzels and peanut butter, which is delicious and hilarious to watch at this point in time, pretends to be Blair, says it's totally cool. They move forward, there's some glitching with the fingerprint stuff, it all works out, it's humorous, there's some wiping because she's like, do you ever wipe your stuff? She's very sassy. She gets in, gets to the thing, and everyone's like chilling. They're like, no, it's fine, we're just being reassigned. Cameron is making crepes. Oh, that's super sad thing. There is a terrible thing that we learn once Linus can get to a phone. His dad actually died. I was so upset. Like, I was yell tweeting. But I was so upset. Like, I thought he would pull through, and, like, his parents, like, care so much about his job. Like, his mom didn't even want him to, like, explain what was going on because it's bad for him if he does. I'm like, oh my god, really? Oh my god. So that happens. Sorry, that was a bit of a jump. Going back to the actual plot. Kirsten manages to get them all out. They tie up a guard, they give him some crepes, but then they're suddenly grabbed again, taken back inside. They're inside. Cameron and Kirsten are hanging out, and he's like, really? We've checked. Like, there's nothing you can do. We just have to wait it out. It's fine. Because really, reassignment is not awful. It just means they'll be separated, but no one's gonna, like, get black-bagged and sent to Siberia. But what happens is Maggie comes in, she's like, we have to go to the lab now. They get there, and Blair, who, while not a nice guy, and the reason they're all getting reassigned, his son was killed in a hit and run, and he needs to know what happened because it could have been a targeted attack. So Kirsten does not want to Stitch and refuses, and so does Linus, and Maggie is like, no, like, we are not using this as a bargaining chip. You Stitch, you do your job, Linus. Even though they're both irate at things that happen because of Blair. They stitch in, there's a good sweet Treasure Island moment, and then Blair, the last memory with Blair in it is actually him telling his son he can't marry this girl. We don't know her name, and it's it's awful. It's a not verbal. There's no physicality. Like, they're not hitting each other, but it is a knockdown, drag out, like, terrible worst memory to have with someone. And he's jogging, and a car literally, like, rams into him, and immediately we see Stinger, who has a message for Kirsten. Yeah, for Kirsten. Because, of course it does. Yeah. Which is terrible. So she, like, comes out and insists that she didn't see anything. And then Blair grabs Camille. Camille, yeah, I'm not okay with this at all. Like, I love the whole team, but Camille. Anyway, he grabs her and she tells Kirsten not to tell him anything. She does tell him what she saw in the vision, well, in the Stitch, and then he lets Camille go, and then Camille's like, yeah, try that again, and I'll turn your ribcage into a vest. But then he knows, he actually says that he will find her father and kill him, which is not great idea right there. I understand he's very upset, but it's also really, really poor planning to say that to someone who's already mad. He then takes the whole team again, but uses Ivy as a bargaining chip because he's already said that he has Kirsten's mother because there was Project Grasshopper. Yes, I jumped around a little bit. And she's become super evolved mentally, and they need to be able to stitch into her later, so they need Kirsten and they need her mom. But he has her mom, and they won't be reunited unless she does what he wants and keeps training as a stitcher, and so the whole team leaves. And then Kirsten figures out a plan to blackmail the NSA. Yeah, she literally is like, I will reveal everything unless you do all of this. So the team gets to come back, which admittedly we knew was going to happen. They're not going to bring back Stitchers and then be like, oh yes, you only get Kirsten and Ivy. Oh, and Tim, who will eventually be reassigned. But the episode was really cool because it did really focus on Kirsten protecting her team and, like, this family she's made for herself, because she doesn't really have anyone else who is, like, taking care of her. Her father is murdering people to send her messages, and her mother is on ice. All Blair said was she is safe. But after everyone is back to normal-ish, Kirsten goes to Cameron's and she finds out that Nina has officially left, which I liked Nina. Like, I knew that it wasn't going to be a long-term character thing because Cameron and Kirsten are destined to be together. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, it is happening. But Nina was a cool character, and I just sort of wish she had stayed as, like, a friend. Because I really liked her character. So Cameron and Kirsten are getting intimate, and Kirsten's like, when you were saying all those things, why did you say you can't help me from in here? And Cameron's like, what are you talking about? I didn't say that. And she's like, wait, but you... So I'm pretty sure her mama, wherever she is, can tap into her brain somewhere. She's like super mutant. I'm going like Professor X levels of mind manipulation, so that's what I'm going with. Her mom is secretly Professor X. Not really, but you know what I mean. And then next week's episode is all about Russia, so I am curious to know what is involved in that. The promo was great. Tim made comments about pool sex, and Camille talked about Russian nesting dolls. It was great. I'm super excited for this season. And in future, there will be no more tech glitches because I'm just gonna watch it on the backup TV. That's the plan. There will be no more weird Catherine killed the internet. It wasn't the internet. It was the DVR. But I won't kill any more stuff, technological or otherwise. But anyway, let me know what you thought of this episode and what you are most excited for in this season in the comments or on Twitter. I am at CluffNotes. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of me, please subscribe. I am going to do recaps for this whole season. They should all come up on Wednesdays. I'll also be recapping some other shows. I will definitely be recapping the final season of Orphan Black. So if you're a fan of Orphan Black, I'll be doing that. Those don't have a date specified yet, but that comes out on Saturday the 10th. But those will be happening, and I have some other shows that I'll be doing some recaps for, probably video-wise, but I'm still narrowing that down. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter, which I already mentioned, at CliffNotes, on my blog, cliffnotes.wordpress.com. I write for the Nerdy Girl Express, thenerdygirlexpress.com, and I run their Snapchat, the Nerdy Girl EXP. Bye, Internet people.